Cut to Tim Challies. You may recall this Canadian blogger lost his son. His 20-year-old boy fell down dead while studying to be a pastor at Boyce College. Needless to say, Tim was not fine. What did he do after the death of his son? Well, he took care, of course, of his Christian duties, but he was willing to share online. I encourage you to go back and read how Tim shared how he was feeling about the death of his son. I'm telling you something, just be prepared to do some weeping, because whoa, is it ever, what's the word I'm looking for? Transparent? Please note, this was not just emotive bloviating. This was a man who was willing to share, you know what, I'm not doing so good. Oh, I've got God's sovereignty firmly fixed in my noggin. I understand that the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I am not questioning God's goodness. All of that is square because all of that theology was firmly fixed before this tragedy, but it just hurts. Don't know if you also read an article from Tim, for instance, where he talked about one of his emotions from the loss of his son, fear. He was afraid of God. He admitted that he was trained up to fear the Lord, but now he's afraid of God in that he now knows God really can do whatever he wants. Throughout the majority of Tim's life, God was pretty much on the same page that he was. The decisions that God would make were pretty much in alignment with Tim's. I'd like a son, God gives one. This is working out pretty swell. But the Lord decided, I want your boy even more than you do, so I'm taking him home to be with me. And now Tim knows God will do what God desires to do, and it could hurt, and I'm afraid that he could do it again, and perhaps take one of my daughters, or perhaps my wife. May I ask you, would you ever be willing to be that transparent? Can you imagine how many people Tim comforted by being willing to be transparent and not say, I'm doing fine? Can you imagine how many other parents who have been shattered at the loss of a child who went, okay, my emotions, they're not completely alien. These are somewhat normal things that even Tim Challies goes through. Can you imagine how many people perhaps were comforted in knowing that a high-profile guy like Tim struggles and, wow, even sins? How do I know? Because he blogged about it. As I was going through Challies.org, I stumbled into something in his archives about his attitude sometimes toward his own wife. What? That's right. He was willing to admit, hey, there's sometimes when I don't act so fine. He was willing to disclose that there were times with the woman who loves him, prays for him, has encouraged him, has been his helpmate. She will do something that isn't necessarily a sin. She wants to arrive at a different time, or she likes a different color, or maybe we should serve this as a side dish, and he will actually gasp, erupt. He then confessed how much he hates this sin, how much he realizes what a wicked thing this is, that he can treat the person he loves the most cruelly. And then he went on to explain, and this is how I am helped through this. This is how I work through this wicked sin. Whoa. What are the consequences? What are the fruits of being willing to be transparent? I think I just listed about 5. Do you long perhaps for more than just conversations that are fine? Do you just desire something that's more deep, that is at a different level than just talking about current events or politics? Maybe, just maybe it is time for the church to get past fine, start being transparent, sharing with one another to demonstrate God is active, that everybody has clay feet, that all of us sin, and there's a solution and a strength and a power that God gives to us through the Bible if we will just heed it and perhaps learn from one another. Hey, I'm Todd. I'm going to be your Uber driver. What's your destination?
2054 Kemple Lane.
No. Your eternal destination.
Oh, no.
The liberals, they brought in Pelagianism. It's the old Sabellian heresy, denying the Trinitarian Godhead. 3 persons, 1 God, not to the Sabellians. No. They would say that it's actually just 1 God.
Please, somebody!